Hey guys, it's Comic Quiz, here bringing another comic review, and today I'm going to be doing Alpha issue 1. So yeah, let's get into this issue. So we find out in the beginning, because there's a lot of internal dialogue from Alpha, or Andy, as his name, what his real name is, that we find out that he used to be a nobody in New York. He had no friends, he was just there, he wasn't popular. Yeah, he wasn't really nerdy, he was just in the middle, really. No one noticed him, no one seemed to care about him, until he got his powers, and then everything changed. Then he lost his powers because now he admits that he was irresponsible, that he was pretty much a living tank. But because he was irresponsible with his powers, Spider-Man and Peter Parker took his powers away. So as a result, after that, things changed for him. He moved to Pittsburgh with his mum. He started a new school for a fresh start, but really things aren't going great for him. Because everybody knew that he was Alpha, either people stay away from him because they think he's dangerous, or they think he's a freak. So as a result, he has no friends, he sits by himself in the lunch hall. But he sits with two people at the beginning, but they're not actually his friends. He just says that they're losers like him who are forced to sit near him and not with him, which shows he knows the kind of situation he's in. So yeah, he gets bullied at school, and he also mentions how he might still have some of his powers left, but when he gets attacked by one of the jocks at school, he punches him back, but he finds that he has none of his powers left. Because when he punches one of the jock said that he punched like a mouse or something like that, and feel a single thing, and he gets beaten up. So yeah, we continue with the internal dialogue, and Andy mentions that regularly he flies back to New York from Pittsburgh because Horizon Labs have paid for a private jet for him, because they're constantly testing him to see if his powers are coming back, because Peter didn't take all his powers away, took away the majority of them. So Horizon just continually monitoring him to see if there's been any increase in his powers, or are his power levels remaining the same like a normal human being. So yeah, when he gets to Horizon, we meet Peter Parker, now Doc Ock, as we all know, who runs tests on him. Also, we find out how he really thinks. I mean, we also find out how he thinks of Peter. He doesn't like Peter personally because he thinks he's a tool. So first off, he gave him his powers accidentally. Then he gives him crappy advice, and then he takes his powers away, pretty much ruining his life by giving him powers and taking them away. So he really doesn't like Peter. So yeah, we get to the whole testing phase. He tests his strength, tests invulnerability, things like that, just to see if his powers are coming back. But we found that no, he has no powers. And Peter, or Doc Ock, mentions how his powers, his energy levels have been regulated to like human level. So after the testing, he talks to him about, I get that I pretty much ruined your life. I took your powers, I gave you powers, sorry. Then I took them away from you, which must have hurt you a lot. And then I didn't trust you, but now I do. So he asks him, what would you do now if I gave you your powers back? So which Andy replies, probably just help people, you know. Which Peter responds by saying that since you've grown from the last time you had your powers, that I think I can trust you now by returning your powers to you. Which Andy is shocked by this, because he's like, wait, why? That I don't deserve them, I haven't done anything really. But Peter says like he trusts him, that clearly he's learned from his past mistakes, that he's not as whiny as before, things like that. And he also tells him, but he modifies this: with great power comes great opportunity instead of responsibility, which I thought was interesting, because what's Doc Ock playing at when I first saw this? So yeah, he gives Andy his powers back, but he only gives him 10% of his powers back. So yeah, all his abilities like super strength, speed, flight, telekinesis, his kinetic energy and whatever, they're all back, but he only does 10% of it. And Doc Ock says that he'll give him his powers bit by bit the more he proves himself. And he also tells him, don't forget, with great power comes great opportunity. Which I thought, yeah, he's trying to mislead him. So then Alpha, he's happy again, he has his powers back, and he flies away. But then we see that Doc Ock, he has a hidden agenda by giving him his powers back. He says that he's trying to utilize the full potential of Parker particles, which was the reason why Alpha got his powers in the first place, and that by utilizing its full potential, he's using Alpha as a test subject in a way, which is the reason why I gave him his powers back. So yeah, we come back to Andy, and he's happy. He's Alpha again. He's like, okay, with great power comes great opportunity. So first he's like, okay, I'm not gonna mess up like I did last time. He makes a mask with his powers, just to like hide his identity, because he sees a fire. So he goes and helps the fire brigade. He sorts the fire out himself. But everybody's like, wait, aren't you that kid, that reckless kid that had that powers? And he's like, no, that's somebody else. I'm a completely new guy. But yeah, everybody knows it's him, because he pretty much, he can't lie. Everybody knows it's him. So then later on, he goes and stops a mugging, which the mugger responds, wait, aren't you that kid that lost his powers? He's like, no, I'm somebody else. But the guy's like, no, I remember you. Yeah, you were on the news and everything. But he's like, no, my name's Beta. He's like, wait, no, that sucks. So Andy pretty much takes down the thief, but he pretty much talks to him, tries to like saying that I don't want to hurt you, okay? Just put your weapons down and leave. But the guy doesn't listen. He first tries to stab him, but the knife breaks. Then he tries to shoot Alpha, and then the bullet disintegrates. So then Alpha's like, okay, I gave you a chance. You're going down now. So then he fires him with one of his energy blasts, but he accidentally shoots his head off, well, burns his head, I think. Which Andy is shocked to see this. Is like, wait, why is this happening? I thought I only have 10% of my powers, when that's where the issue ends. So what's going to happen with him now? And also because I read on Wikipedia that Alpha was so powerful that he was potentially the only hero in the Marvel Universe to be able to reach Alpha status or something like that, because that's how powerful he is. Which kind of explains the reason why when he attacked the mugger, the reason why his powers were like too powerful, and because he attacked the guy and his head was disintegrated, which kind of explains the reason why he didn't mean to do it, even though he only has less of his powers. So it kind of explains the reason why. It shows how powerful Alpha really is. So yeah, I enjoyed this issue. It was very interesting, because for me this is the first time I've read an issue with this character, because I never read any of the previous issues with the Amazing Spider-Man. And yeah, the character of Andy is kind of interesting, to be honest, seeing how he went from 0 to hero, then to 0, well, less of a 0, to end with people don't like him, he has no friends, his family is broken. So yeah, we see his struggles as a teenager especially, and also now that he's got his powers back, and with what Doc Ock told him, with great power comes great opportunity, what is he going to do with his powers? Will he abuse them? Will he or will he prove that he actually has changed? And also, Doc Ock's the sneaky guy. I mean, in everything I read, from Superior Spider-Man to Avenging Spider-Man to Avengers, now to this, he always seems to be making enemies everywhere he goes. I mean, yeah, that guy, such a devil. But anyway, yeah, it was an enjoyable issue. I also want to mention about the artwork, because the artwork was very interesting, to be honest, because it's not something you see often. It was very cartoony. The artwork was. It was completely different from the cover artwork, which I thought was very interesting. To be honest, I actually liked the cartoony nature of the artwork. It was different from what you usually get, But like I said, it was a good issue. I give it a 7 out of 10. It was a good issue. Nothing special really. The revelation that Doc Ock has some hidden agenda was interesting, and the fact that Alpha accidentally killed the mugger, also interesting. Just shows how powerful he truly is, even with just 10% of his powers. So yeah, that's it for this review, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Comment down below and tell me what you thought about this issue. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. This has been Comic Quiz, signing out, guys. See ya.